Hey Katie, and whoever else may be watching. Starting off here in the dream to show off this little area of the garden that I haven't shown off before. This is where, if you've collected any items of clothing for your messengers, you can put them on. So we're gonna give him a little hat. But also, there's a small chance of this happening every once in a while. Gehrman's here. And he's got some things to say.
Oh, Lawrence. What's taking you so long? I've grown too old for this. Of little use now, I'm afraid.
Now he's gonna say all that again, but I just wanted to get a nice closer look at him in his chair.
Oh, Lawrence. What's taking you so
He really
long?
is old and gross. Look at his hands.
I've grown
You can also see that he's missing his right leg. He's got a peg there.
Oh.
Poor old bastard. Anyway. That's enough dicking around Cathedral Ward. We're finally gonna go head up to the Grand Cathedral, see what's there. Now, as you can see, that guy actually did manage to strike me with that, and it caused a little bit of frenzy buildup. But as long as you don't keep getting hit by it, it's not too much of a threat, because it'll go back down after a little bit. Well, I can't wait either. I'm excited. Heir to the ritual of blood, purveyor of ministration, place your hand on the altar's sacred covering and inscribe Master Lawrence's adage upon your flesh. Okay. Time for the best cutscene in the game.
Their wills are weak, minds young. Were it not for fear, death.
It's so gnarly, I love it. Alright. Time for, my favorite boss in the whole game. This is Vicar Amelia. Ma'am? Excuse me, miss. Are you aware that you are a dog? So a lot of people have trouble with this boss. I know at least one person told me that she like rage quit over Vicar Amelia. And there is at least one thing that can make this fight kind of tricky, but really, as long as you retain the lessons you ought to have learned from the cleric beast when fighting large mammalian beasts like this, you should have no trouble. Just, you know, stay on her unless you need to heal. Dodge through her attacks. And, punish her big hairy ass, basically. I personally, myself, have never died to this boss. Not even on my first playthrough. After getting, like, killed, like, 24 times by the blood-starved beast, I kind of over-prepared, and I also came in here with an NPC summon, an old hunter who you can summon with the bell a couple staircases down from here. So I managed to do it first try on my first go at this game. And then my second playthrough, I was already over-leveled as a joke at this point, so I was fine there. The one thing that can make this tough is she can heal herself. When you see that golden aura, she's about to do it. But luckily, they give you some numbing mist if you explore Cathedral Ward beforehand pretty thoroughly. It's up on one of those towers we saw in the other video. So, it works on her, too. And just like that, she's history. And she gave us her pendant. This pendant passed down among the vicars who head the healing church is a reminder of the cautionary adage, words that will open the gates of Byrgenwerth. Sounds like just what we need. Now there's something you don't see every day.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
By the gods, fear it, Lawrence.
Fear the old blood. The sacred adage of the Grand Cathedral. The password to Byrgenwerth. We're one step closer. So that we just saw was a memory of Lawrence, whose skull, that is, incidentally. He has long since transformed into a beast and died. Lawrence was the first vicar of the Healing Church, and I'll get into more of the story surrounding him and the other guy we saw in that cutscene in a bit. Now, if you've bought the Old Hunters DLC, this is where you will gain access to it after killing Vicar Amelia. The eye of a blood-drunk hunter. Its pupil is collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the beast scourge. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the nightmare, destined to wander forever. Engaged in an endless hunt is a fate that no hunter can escape. I will be recording the Old Hunters DLC just before the end of the game, but releasing it as the last thing after we get through all the endings.
Hunters have told me about the church, about the gods and their love. But do the gods love their creations? I am a doll created by you humans. Would you ever think to love me? Of course. I do love you. Isn't that how you've made me? Farewell, good hunter.
Food for thought, Dollface, but I got some business to attend to. You see, there's one more little loose end in Cathedral Ward before we head off to Byrgenwerth. And I think you know what it is. It's time to get some revenge. What happened? What happened, you asshole? Fuck you. That's what you get. That's for killing me 7 times in a row, and also my friend Eileen. He also drops a pretty decent rune. Air rune gets you more blood echoes from enemies killed with viscerals. So if you use a lot of those, like I tend to, you could do worse than the air rune. You can also finally pick up Eileen's what she dropped when she died. We got the Crow Hunter badge. This'll let us gain access to her weapon and her outfit. We can't finish up her side quest though, so we can't get her Covenant rune, the Hunter of Hunters rune, which I'm pretty bummed out about because I was going to use that. It gets you plus 10% stamina regeneration speed, which is pretty good for someone who likes to dodge around as much as me. But with a little bit of Blood Echo farming from the Cum Chalice, I did manage to afford her Blades of Mercy and her Crow Feather set, so we can let her legacy live on in the form of cosplay. The Blades of Mercy are a really cool weapon. It's one sword that splits apart into 2 swords, and you can be pretty agile with it. I'll drop a link in the description to the Vati Vidya Prepare to Cry on Eileen the Crow so you can see her full questline. I gotta be honest, I am a little bit relieved that she died to Henrik, because this means I will not have to fight the Bloody Crow of Canehurst, who is my absolute most hated mini-boss in this entire game. I fought him on my joke over-leveled character, and he still kicked my ass, so I was not looking forward to that. I would have fought him for you, Katie, but I'm glad I don't have to. Shh. So, yeah. You can go ahead and watch the Prepare to Cry video if you want to see what happens to Eileen if you manage to keep her alive. Oops. Anyway, while we head down to the gate to Byrgenwerth, I might as well talk a bit about the implications of that scene we saw when we touched Lawrence's skull. So, Lawrence was the protege of Master Willem, or Provost Willem, who's the head of the College of Byrgenwerth. We've seen him mentioned in a couple item descriptions already. Lawrence, however, left Byrgenwerth, as we saw in that cutscene, to found the Healing Church after they discovered the old blood in the Tomb of the Gods below Yharnam. Willem did not approve of this and considered Lawrence's leaving a betrayal. Willem did not trust the blood. He very much thought it was something to be feared and not to be utilized as heavily as Lawrence wanted to, leading to this whole schism. You know, we can see this evidence not just in their adage being fear the old blood, but also that we saw in the description of Runesmith Carol's rune tools that Willem would have approved of Carol's runes as they didn't rely on blood at all. There's a different way of becoming stronger. Use the mind instead of the blood. Whether we'll find Willem there, whether he's still alive, we don't know. After all, Lawrence succumbed to the beast plague and died. But we can also surmise that their schism is the reason why Byrgenwerth is considered forbidden ground by the Church, and why the gate is blocked off to all but those who know the sacred adage. We also got this new item, the Shaman Bone Blade. I don't particularly use it that much, but basically you strike an enemy with it, and that enemy will become confused and enraged and lash out at other enemies. There's a couple times when this is useful, but you can only hold 3 of them at a time, so it's not like you can really abuse it that often. Hey! What's up, Alfred?
Oh, good to see you safe. Now, let's think up something to discuss. Just tell me what piques your interest.
He's got some new lore to talk about, actually.
Ah, there's something I want to tell you. A bit of wisdom from the eminent master Logarius. Once, a scholar betrayed his fellows at Bergenworth and brought forbidden blood back with him to Canehurst Castle. It was there that the first of the inhuman Vile Bloods was born. The Vile Bloods are fiendish creatures who threaten the purity of the Church's blood healing. The ruler of the Vile Bloods is still alive today. And so, to honor my master's wishes, I search for the path to Canehurst Castle. I bid you farewell. It has been a pleasure. May the good blood guide your way.
Canehurst, huh? Vile Bloods, eh? Alright, Alf. I'll let you know if I hear anything about that. The Vile Bloods, which we'll get into. We'll get into all that Canehurst stuff. They're kind of the closest thing in this game to vampires. Kind of wish there were actual vampires in this game, though.
Word.
Because they're kind of underutilized. Shh. Fear the old blood, fool! Hey, already dead, and dead for some time by the looks of it. So, who was... Not for the first time, I am thinking that something is not right here in Yharnam tonight. And with that, welcome to the Forbidden Woods. Okay. This, as they say, is where the real Bloodborne begins.